Hello and welcome to this T34 update. Yeah, as you can see, I've added the white stripe indicating that it was in Berlin, which is where I want it to be. I didn't film me masking it all up and taping it and spraying it, should I say, but I sprayed it with the same spray paint I've been using for the interior. I also used the chipping effect on it using the AK chipping effect, but this is the worn effect. I didn't actually use this one. I used the chipping effect, heavy chipping, which you can see what it was down the bottom of the screen. Now, as you can also see, when I took the masking tape off, I realised that this line didn't come out quite straight. But then I figured, you know, they put these markings on before they went into Berlin, and they roughly did them. I think they painted them on. Well, I sprayed it, but they painted them on, and so they wouldn't have been perfect. So yeah, so I've added the chipping effect. So I added the worn effect, or the chipping fluid. It's the first time I've ever used it, so I didn't know how it was going to react. So I added some salt granules to it because I've used that technique before. As you can see, it's come out alright. I'm quite pleased with the result, actually. And I've also been sort of like chipping away at it with a knife, and also just sort of like gently brushing it a bit, and also going over it with a bit of a sponge, but generally getting the whole effect of it being worn and so on. So I'm also going to be doing the whole vehicle with this worn effect, doing bits and pieces at a time. Because of the size of the model, it's easier for me to show you bits and pieces individually. So I'm probably going to be showing you the oil tanks, the petrol tanks, should I say, how I'm going to be doing the worn and chipping effect. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I've been doing the chipping effect. This is all new to me as well, because I'm learning as I go. It's a technique I haven't done that much, and it seems to be a good scale to practice it on. I can't show you how I'm doing it on the whole tank because I can't fit it in the screen, so I'm going to show you on these little sections here. As you can see, I've already done one, and I'm showing you the process. As you can see on this one, I've actually added a wash to this as well, and some streaky rust to it, but it needs to go through the pigment stage. I haven't done that yet. And you can also see with this box just which I haven't done. I haven't put a wash on that yet. So yeah, here's sort of halfway through stage. So let me show you on this one what you do first of all. So you get some brush and highlight. Using a torn off bit of sponge. Dab it until you get to the stage where it's barely coming off. Maybe I need a new bit of sponge there. And starting at the edges, good to kind of practice on the bits that are not going to be seen first. You can also use a paintbrush. And make sure it's quite a stiff, hard. Another thing you could do, you can use a piece of paper, like so. This is just a bit of advertising that's come through the door. Actually found a use for the advertising you don't want, comes through the door. This way you can simulate scratches. That's a bit too much, that is. Of course you could do this with a paintbrush, and this is just a technique if you're not that confident with but like I said, you can also do this with a very thin paintbrush. Again, using a little bit of artistic license whenever it's necessary. I've kind of noticed I haven't put any dents in this one, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a dent in this one. So what I'm going to do is get a file, and this file dent into it. I might sharpen up that one a bit. So, let's leave that to dry. Just Now I'm going to add some sort of metal effect to it. First we're going to be adding some Potato. This metal black. Yeah, make sure you give it a good little shape. Just going to add it to the edges. As you can see, I'm working on the third one along, third oil tank along, petrol tank, which I've already added this chipping colour. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Of course, all this metal gear here is all metal. So let me just show you this chipping colour, how to apply this. And of course you can clean that up with a paintbrush. Drawing up the little dots and so on. creating scratches. Also, I mean, you could go back over, let's say this bar, so the strap for instance, you can go back over it with a bit of this, if there's any stuff left. See what was stopping it. So yeah, I've added a bit more paint there. Then you can also do like, see, I've put a little bit too much there for instance, not too happy with that. But then you can start So the next stage is this aluminium chipping by AK, using one of your thin brushes. Start highlighting all the bits that get worn. So it's worn down to bare metal. Another thing I'm going to do to get to this stage, I'm going to clip this so I can hold it better. some rusty streaking effect. So yeah, the rusty streaky effect. So you just want a little bit of this. You kind of just add it a little bit to where you think I tend to add it to where the large scratches are. Also remember which way the streaking will go. So you don't want to go too mad with it. Doesn't matter anyway, because you'll probably be adding another layer of this and grime and so on when you do the finishing up, after you've added the pigments, things like that. Now I'm going to add this light brown wash for green vehicles by MIG. Another thing you can do, you can get some Russian tank green. It's just one of the many Russian tank grains I have. And you can kind of sort of like over any bits where you see you think it's a bit too much. Also, if I demonstrate on this one, which is finished, you can use the old trusty old pencil to go over all the edges. But you might want to do that after you put the dust on. Right. Okay, this is where the sound went completely wrong. For some reason I changed the microphone to the microphone which was with the webcam. So anyway, as you can see, I've painted the markings on here. I've cheekily done a 34. It's called Fighting Girl because, you know, there is a report that they did paint Fighting Girl on one of the T34 86s, but I know the original was a T34 76. But anyway, yeah, so I've been dirtying up, painted all the markings by hand, by the way, because there was no decals. I think they've come out alright. I didn't film it because I was using my laptop to use reference pictures of how to do the writing right. So yeah, I've also done the fuel tanks. I haven't stuck that side, but I have stuck one side. But they're attached now to the vehicle. I've been dirtying up the vehicle panel by panel, by section. Also got these little pieces to attach. I think they're the grips for when the tank is used in ice. So as you can see, yeah, it's not all the same colour yet because I'm doing it piece by piece, panel by panel. As you can see, this section's been done, this section's been done, but the rest of it has not been done. And I'm going to be doing it bit by bit. Probably won't film it because it just takes so much time up. So yeah. So once again, the sound, but yeah, I'm going to be using the same technique I used when I rusted up the tracks, which is in the previous video. Yeah. So yeah, once again the microphone's not working, so I'm just going to show you how I put these straps on. I actually put the other straps on wrong. This one I'm actually doing right. But it doesn't matter. So you poke it through and then you bend it up, basically. I've already primed these. They did need a little bit more like painting priming on them, because you do flake the metal off when you bend them. So yeah, you just bend that up and then you bend it over. It's quite obvious, really. Fix it with a little bit of super glue. And there you go. So now what I'm doing is dirtying up the exhaust pipes, making them look like they've been used. I'm using black night wash, and some smoky black pigment. Right, that pretty much brings us to the end of the video. This is the last stage I'm doing here. I'm adding a little bit more aluminium paint to the outside of the exhaust, to making it look a bit worn and that. But I did a lot of it off camera, so it's a good little bit of video to say please like and subscribe to my channel, and join me next time for the rest of this T34 build.